Alright, this is going back what you was talking about. This is Isaiah chapter 41, verse 15. Behold, I will make thee a new sharp and threshing instrument, having teeth. Thou shalt thresh the mountains and beat them small, and shall make the hills as chaff.
This is Zephaniah chapter 2, starting at verse 4. For Gaza shall be forsaken, and Ashkelon a desolation. They shall drive out Ashdod at noonday, and Ekron shall be rooted up. Woe unto the inhabitants of the seacoast, the nation of Cherethites. The word of the Lord is against thee, O Canaan, the land of the Philistines. I will even destroy thee, that there shall be no inhabitant. And the seacoast shall be dwellings and cottages for shepherds and folds for flocks. And the coast shall be for the remnant of the house of Judah. They shall feed thereupon in the houses of Ashkelon. They shall lie down in the evening, for the Lord their power shall visit them and turn away their captivity. I have heard the reproach of Moab, and in the revealing of the children of Ammon, whereby they have reproached my people and magnified themselves against their border. Verse 9. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord of hosts, which means armies, the power, YAHAWASHI of Yashar Allah, surely Moab shall be as Sodom, and the children of Ammon as Gomorrah. Even the breeding of nettles and salt pits, and the perpetual desolation and residue of my people shall spoil them, and the remnant of my people shall possess them. This shall they have for their pride, because they have reapproached and magnified themselves against the people of the Lord of hosts. The Lord will be terrible unto them, for he will famish all their gods of the earth, and men shall worship him, every one from his place, even all the isles of the heathen. Verse 12, ye Ethiopians, also ye shall be slain by my sword, and he will stretch out his hand against the north and destroy Assyria, and will make Nineveh a desolation and dry like the wilderness. Right, this goes on.
And that shows you that the Lord got a long hit list, man. The Lord got a long hit list, and he's gonna scratch off lines, man. In the coming day, he's gonna scratch off lines, man. A lot of times we get on Esau, the so-called white man ass, but all these nations gonna get judged for what they've done, man. Because the Chinese and the Japanese don't like you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans either, man. They despise y'all ass too, man. There's a video of this Ammonite talking about questions that he had for black people.
Y'all know what Hopper immigration. They don't want no trouble. Just
and basically, what he's saying is that he has that niggas need to get over it, man. Basically, Ammonite is telling niggas to get over it, man. But y'all won't tell them so-called Edomite, Amalekite Jews to get over the Holocaust, man. So-called Jews. You won't tell them to get over the Holocaust, but you'll tell niggas to get over slavery, man. You fucking hypocrites, man. The Lord's gonna body all so-called white people, man.
Ain't that the shit where like Sakari and them just got hit with that shit, the anti-defamation league, the ones that
I read it out.
I got a quick one. Go ahead, what you were saying.
This is Ezekiel chapter 25, verse 8. Thus saith the Lord thy power, because that Moab and Seir do say, behold, the house of Judah is like unto all the heathen. Therefore, behold, I will open the side of Moab from his cities, which are on his frontiers, the glory of the country, Beth Jeshimoth, Baal, Meon, and Carithium, unto the men of the east with the Ammonites, and I will give them in possession, and the Ammonites may not be remembered among the nations.
Yeah, man. The Lord has got a bone to pick with Moab and Ammon too, man. You niggas ain't getting away scot-free, man. You middleman ass niggas, man. Every nation that come into power, here go Moab and Ammon trying to cop pleas, man. The Lord gonna body you niggas too, man.
Yo, Moab is slacking, but Moab and Ammon, y'all some dick riding faggots.
Right, dog.
Excuse my French.
Oh, Birdman rubbing the hands ass niggas,
dick
man.
riding. Yo, Jake can be coons, but you niggas, you motherfuckers is coons, man. Here it is, a nigga just dropped nukes on your country not too long ago. America still said you can't have a military.
Right.
You're still not allowed to have a military. You're allowed to have a little air guard, your little F-16s and shit. But you are the biggest fucking coons to the point where Tokyo looks like Times Square. What the fuck is wrong with y'all?
But that show you that Moab is just like a child. Moab is like a woman, man. What's up?
What is this?
This is Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans coming back to their heritage.
If I'm not Negro, can I be in it?
No.
Damn,
If you're not Negro, Latino, or Native American on your father's side, no.
How do you know?
You know, according to the
What if
spirit.
my dad was born in Puerto Rico?
If you're of the descendants of the native people of that land, yes, you may be an Israelite.
My dad's from Puerto Rico.
Is he native?
Yes, he was born in Puerto Rico, born and raised in Puerto Rico.
What is his father? What's your father's father?
My father's father, born in Puerto Rico.
Well, if that's the case, then you're an Israelite. If you look at the sign, it's not Ephraim. Yeah, you'll be an Ephraimite.
You can ask your father in Puerto Rico. The name Ephraim is a common name out there for that reason.
So if you are of that seed on the father's side, then you're an Israelite. It's not just Negro. Forgive me for saying that, but it's not just Negro. It's Negroes and Latinos. We're all one nation of people.
My family's from Spain. Would I be able to?
Well, just being from Spain doesn't necessarily make you another nation, because the Moors were Negroes, West Indians, and Haitians, a group of so-called black men who adopted the customs of Islam, and they took over Spain for a portion of time. That's why you have a certain portion of Italians or Spaniards or people in Spain that are darker skinned than others. Because during that time they took over the land and killed the men and they had sex with the women. And over a period of time, those dark-skinned brown kids had sex with women that looked like the Spaniards. So you could be an Israelite too. It doesn't mean location doesn't designate you as an Israelite. It's up the seed of your father. But what our message is to tell these people and their descendants that are scattered across the whole world. So just because you see these locations doesn't mean that that's exactly exclusively where they are. We got Israelites in Russia. We got Israelites in the land of Israel that look like so-called Jews.
We're about to move to St. Thomas.
There's Israelites all over St. Thomas.
Explain to me what an Israelite is.
It's the descendants of this man. His name was Jacob first, and they changed his name to Israel. These are his sons. And through his sons, all of these nations that are so-called this right now are really this. They go back to these sons. That's what an Israelite is. In the scriptures, the book is about the Israelites. The book is about the Israelites. The Bible that everybody picks up, it's a book about a family.
Is it just a regular Bible or is it specific Israelite Bible?
The Bible is about the Israelites. The Bible, both Old and New Testament is about the Israelites. It's about them sinning against their father and their father punishing them. That's why Negroes that tell the Americans are in the condition that they're in right now. The Lord cursed them. But the Lord has promised you the one that they call Jesus, the New Testament. Everybody talks about the New Testament. That's meant for these people. They were meant to be saved from everywhere they were scattered to perform the mercy that was given to their fathers.
So everybody else that's not on there is
hell is there's no hell. There's no hell. So there's no place you burn forever.
I believe that's
There's no place that you burn forever. Your soul goes back to the Lord and then it comes back on the planet. That's the cycle of life. Now these people have been given a covenant of eternal life. That means that 1/3 of this nation will be redeemed. And then through that 1/3, the rest of the Negroes that tells the Native Americans will be reincarnated in righteousness. All other heathens are going to they're going to come back, but they're going to be in captivity. Because the Lord is the judge. You got to balance the scale out. Our nation went into captivity. All of our nation went into captivity for our iniquities. Now the Lord is the judge. We went down because of our iniquities, but he's still going to judge the people that put us in captivity because they went too far. What they did to us was too much. And the Lord's going to balance that scale out by putting other nations in slavery.
Ask the question, if you're not on this side, what's going to happen to the other people? I'm going to answer it for you. This is Isaiah chapter 14, verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, meaning these people on this side. They come out of the name Jacob, his name is Jesus Israel. So for the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors.
Like I say this, that's why the modern day Christian religion teaches the world, but mostly our people, that the Old Testament is done away with. Because there's so much prophecies in the Old Testament that haven't come to pass here that talks about the slavery of them and their people, and they're trying to run from it.
Where you from?
That's why I say the over there oppressors.
Y'all, you over here not necessarily.
Nah, but he could be from, because you got to remember during the Dark Ages, our people ran Europe for 1,000 years. That time, but known as the Middle Ages, was between
Our people's every people. Mutation of every people, right? I feel you.
That's another topic, but our Negro history, you had half of us when we left Jerusalem, some went into West Africa, where we had the Arubas, the Ashanti, the Mandingo, the Igbo people. Then you had a certain sect that migrated into Europe. And when they migrated into Europe, they even got cut in half. You had half that got converted to Islam, and they received the name Moors because during that time the Arabs had that whole area on lock, and they were oppressing our people. So you know what do we always do as people? We adapt and overcome. One of the ways we adapted was that portion, they just said, fuck, we'll just adopt the Islam.
I was taught that
Arabs, right? But that's
Arab,
why
Arab is a language, right?
Arabic just means mixed, right? The word Arab just means mixed.
I was taught that Arabic and Arabs is Islam.
What, Isa?
I was told that Arab, right? Arabic, right? That's a language, right?
It is, well, it's a
people was from Africa, correct?
Hold on. The Arabic language, you know, is really just a broken form of Hebrew. Like when Arabic they say wa alaikum salam, right? And here in Hebrew you say shalom. It's really the same word. They just have a broken form because what? Their forefather goes back to a man named Ishmael, which was the firstborn son of who? Abraham, the Hebrew. Right. So obviously Abraham is going to be doing what? Talking Hebrew to his son. His son's going to be talking. Over time that language got, it got broken down. But those are not our people. Matter of fact, the first Israelite to go into captivity went into captivity to those people. Even though his brothers was the ones who sold him, Joseph, if you know about that. But those Moors,
we gotta say Edomite, right? Edomite is who? All crackers, right?
No, look. Listen, we're gonna deal with that. But
I don't fuck with that shit. No way, shape.
That's an Edomite.
That's an Edomite.
When I look at that, that's an Edomite. When I look at that, that's an Edomite too, though. So I'm trying to get
right, but listen, this is what we're trying to explain to you, though, is that right now we're living in a time where you can't judge on skin color. Right. Case in point, Blake Griffin. Blake Griffin's dad is a straight up Haitian. Is a Haitian. Oh, he's a Benjamin. He's a Levi. He's Haitian, right?
You mix with the original, that other shit don't even matter.
No, but that's not what I'm trying to show you is that. But you do get genetic, qualities from your mother. Being that Blake Griffin's mother's a stone cold red woman, aka white woman, he came out the way he looks. Blake Griffin got with another white woman himself. And his son is literally has blonde hair and blue eyes. But through the seed of the father, he's still of the tribe of Levi. Because our people, that's why I'm explaining the Moors. When the Moors conquered that area, they were literally raping those white women and then having babies.
Y'all don't fuck with the Moors, right?
No, as far as their philosophies and our their teachings as being a Moor, but they're our people by blood. They're lost. They got that religion because they were being overcame by the Arabs that had that land occupied at the time, right? So right now we living in a time of what you know as the confusion. Yo, can somebody give me that Daniel 7 and 9? Or not? Yeah, get that. The confusion of faces. And the Most High did that on purpose because he knew that as a people we'll destroy these nations. So he put a plot twist in there. So I'ma just go to this brother and say, oh, I'ma kill you because your skin is white, but you might be my brother. You get what I'm saying? That's one of the ways of checks and balances. But wait, you got that?
Daniel chapter 9, verse 8. O Lord, to us belongs the fusion of faces, to our kings, to our princes, and to our fathers, because we have sinned against thee. Verse 9. To the Lord, our power, belongs mercy and forgiveness, though we have rebelled against him. So the point is,
fusion of faces.
Verse 8, it says, O Lord, to us belongs the fusion of faces. So we all mixed.
We all mixed.
But the seed go back to
seed goes back to your father. So you are who your father is. That's why when you read the scriptures, you know that's Blake Griffin's son. Look at straight up cool redneck white boy.
He got blonde hair, and that's a curse.
That's a curse. That's unclean.
I know. I already know.
But what you gonna say? That's your brother.
All eyes, that's all recessive. I don't fuck with recessive. So I'm already on that. I don't fuck with recessive. But
the seed is of the father.
I just want people to know my family is from Panama. Right? We're from Panama.
So you might be a Jamaican then.
But even before that though, I always want motherfuckers to know, even before that, even before we want to go in, right? If you look at Panamanians in Panama, if you look at writings of even the fake ass fucking Christopher Columbus, you'll look at him and tell you that they was dark-skinned in that land, which was all Panama, way before they even walked into
not just Panama, they had this Mexico, Canada, all of that. Because what
John Horse, that's my nigga.
But look, check this out though. You know what's heavy, what you just said?
That's my boy.
There was a separation in our nation. We broke it into two different kingdoms. Judah, Benjamin, and Levi was in Rome at the time when Jesus Christ was born.
artifacts.
You had the other 9 tribes at the time, 10, that left Jerusalem and came to here. Aslan, the Hebrew as well. New land.
The land where no man ever dwelt.
No man dwelt, right? Which is America, right? Now, how did they know how to get here? Because thousands of years prior, King Solomon was sending ships over here to get oak trees, all kind of stuff, right?
Navy.
Right.
Navy.
Right. So when they came over here, the scriptures explains to you how the 10 tribes of the nation of Israel came to America. In the movie, that Christopher Columbus movie, they even show you in it that he says that he knew that there were people in this land because he read the book of Ezra. The movie 1492, he said there's people in that land. And they're like, how you know? I read the book of Ezra. He knew that the people in this land were the 10 lost tribes of the nation of Israel. That's why he called them Indians, because it goes back to the Latin word Indio, which means of God. Right?
Correct.
The word Indio in Latin means of God. So he knew that the people here were the 10 lost tribes of the nation of Israel. You see what I'm saying? So when you understand the history, you gotta understand that history to understand the scriptures, and the most important to understand who you are. Like
I never read the Bible.
But that's why when you said you Panamanian, I said you might be Jamaican, because what happened when they were building the Panama Canal? They hired mad Jamaicans.
Even Jamaican
And they all stayed there.
I'm on some next shit. Even Jamaican don't mean nothing.
Right.
No,
All
yeah,
that
right.
shit
It just
sound
means
like a whole
land of
bunch
bread
of
and
words
water. That's all it
packaged
means.
on. I don't give a fuck
It's
about
a
what
slave
they do.
colony, right. I was just using that to show you, edify you.
I feel you though.
Yep. But I want you to, I watch a documentary called The Panamanian Deception. I don't know if you know about that. When they sent the Marines in there one long time ago, and they just started, the Marines, the U.S. Marines. They came in and they raped
his tub with the fucking
they just
the mattress over his shit. They was bombing the fuck. They was bombing the fuck out of it.
Yeah. Well, that Panama Deception is up.
I don't fuck America in no way, shape, or form.
You just gotta be here.
It's no way, shape, or form I'm fucking with you. I love this though.
That's the right mindset.
I love this though.
But that's what you're supposed to separate yourself from them. That's what Martin Luther King told us to be one whole hands. But what happened? Tulsa, Oklahoma, Rosewood, Black Wall Street, Tuskegee Airmen. We were fine when we were separated from them.
Right.
But the moment we started dibbling and dabbling in even the Renaissance period, how did that happen? When those Caucasoids started coming out of the Caucasus Mountains, what did we do? We started being coons like always, giving them power seats here. Teaching them this. Ironically, we taught them Christianity.
That's how we are.
Right. But it's ironic. A lot of people say Christianity is the white man's religion. We actually taught them that, ironically, what they used to destroy us, which is his tongue shall be a snare unto him, right? Heavy. On the left hand side, on the right, the Most High did that to us. Because, you know what I'm saying? Right. But, and what did the white man do? He infiltrated and what? Brought us down, and that's when they had their Renaissance period, man. You know what?
I don't know shit. I just know I would be a Benjamin.
What side? Your mother or your family?
West Indian.
What that mean?
I mean, Barbados and St. Lucia.
I don't know what the fuck Benjamin mean. I'm sorry. I said what the fuck he was talking about.
Look at me.
Oh, he said
Yeah, man.
So what is Judah then? Doesn't that apply to everyone?
So-called Negro. Judah's one tribe. That's
What is Negro? What do you find as Negroes then? Because you can have West Indians.
But then Negro too, but the American blackness and here in America, even in Jamaica, they still look at these people as Negroes. I hear it all the time. I hear Jamaicans say, I'm not black, I'm Jamaican. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
West Indian nations, they was like,
Right.
so really, it's a spirit that he can't know. Matter of fact, the whole 12 tribes of Israel is really all big. Nobody don't really know exactly who they are, but like this sign is just it's set up for edification for these people. Because the records was destroyed during the Roman War. Exactly what line it came.
Right. I said this is a foundation. The foundation that we want you to look at is that you're from the nation of Israel.
Right.
Right now, it don't even matter what tribe you're from, because we all subjected to the same person. And then we're all subjected to the same power, YAHAWASHI, the correct name of the heaven of the Father. And we're all, so at different time periods, we're all subjected to the salvation as well. That's gonna come. When we get in the kingdom of heaven, whether it be on the first go around or being born in the kingdom, that's when you're gonna find out. The Lord is gonna reveal all those secrets of us.
From New York?
Yeah, that's why I was going already good. Right. But that's ultimately what we're waiting for. Right now, this sign is here to wake up Israel. You know what I'm saying? We say you from the tribe of Benjamin. It might not be, but the foundation is that you're an Israelite. You get what I'm saying?
So are you guys Jewish or Christian?
No, Jewish is pretending and trying to be like. So Jewish is those fake Jews over there in Israel. We the real Jews. We the real Jews.
Real Jews.
So you believe in Jesus or no?
Not that one.
So-called, which is a black man, or so-called black man.
That was an actual man that lived named Peter Boy lived. chapter right, boy.
Why is that the devil?
The word devil goes back to the word diablo, which means deceiver. This picture is a deception. This is not what the Lord looked like, right?
This guy father, which was Alexander the Pope of Rome, painted that picture of his son in the place of what we call YAHAWASHI, what the world calls Jesus. That's an actual man that lived.
To ask you a question, the one they ignorantly called Jesus Christ, right? When he walked the earth perfectly, right? Without sin, right?
I have to take the word.
Okay. I respect your honesty. According to the scriptures, the one they ignorantly called Jesus Christ walked the earth blamelessly, harmlessly, without sin, right? He's perfect. A part of that perfection was his look. That is the look of imperfection, which is the opposite of perfection.
Yeah, but isn't there duality? Wasn't he half human, half God?
No. He took on the nature of angel. That's Hercules.
Yo, can I take a picture of this board?
Go ahead. Put it on your Facebook, Instagram. Take a picture.
Wait, so if you guys are Israelites, why do you guys have the whole Bible as opposed to like a Torah?
What? The Torah is the first 5 books.
I know the Old Testament.
Because the reason why you have that misconception is because when the Lord came on the scene, you had some of our ancestors that rejected him, but you still had some that believed on him. All the apostles, all 12 apostles, they were all Israelites, they were Jews. You know what I'm saying?
And it's Hebrews chapter 2, verse 17, verse 16. For verily he took not on him the nature of angels, but he took on him the seed of Abraham.
Right, the seed. And when you go back to that word seed, if I'm not mistaken, if you get that word seed in the blue letter, I think it might be sperma.
Sperma,
yeah. Sperma. Yeah. So that word seed right there is literally talking about sperm, which is the seed of what? Us men. Which means he came from the direct lineage of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, all the way down to King David, through the line of King Solomon, down to Joseph, who had sex with Mary to have YAHAWASHI. Not this guy. I'm
So do you
sorry.
see him as a no? That's fine. But I'm saying, so is he a prophet?
Yeah, he's definitely a prophet. The word prophet means to speak before.
He's the Messiah.
Right.
Wait, so you say he's the Messiah?
Right.
Messiah.
The word prophet means to speak before. Like when you pro anything.
So like prophesize. Tell him the word prophet.
Right.
Pro means before.
Like proactive.
Prophet means to speak.
Right.
So prophecy means to speak before.
Right.
Yeah, that's the Messiah. That's the Mashiach.
Right. That's it. Right.
And that's a deception. That's a deception because Islam tell you that the Lord is just a prophet. No, that's him, man. When they talk about that's him, that's what the common of the nation of Israel, that was him, man. And the nation of Israel were confirming that when they saw the miracles and the words that the Lord was saying, man. That's the Messiah, man. He is a prophet, but he's also the
Do you
Messiah.
guys have a church or something? Or what do you guys
Church.
Two or three are gathered in my name, that I am in this people.
In Daniel chapter 10, verse 6, he said his body also is like a barrel.
Sorry, no. You know what it means when it says his body is like the barrel? Barrel? The barrel, that's talking about a wine barrel. For instance, like this piece of wood. What color is it? Right. Whenever you look at like movies and wine cellars, right, you see the barrels that have that's how they age their wine. That barrel is what color? It's a nice brown. So that's why I said his body is like the barrel. It's comparing it to the color of the barrel, which is wood, which is brown. Right, so I just want to
They say his body was also like a barrel, and his face has the appearance of lightning, and his eyes as lamps of fire, and his arms and his feet like into color of polished brass.
So let me tell you, his arms, that description is the same description in Revelation. Now the barrel that you see is actually his garment. Because in Revelation 1 and 14 it tell you that he had a golden girdle and he had a garment that was green. Beryl, let me get the Hebrew word.
Oh, it's dark. It's a dark color.
I mean, he was from the Middle East. He probably looked like an Arab.
But this is the word for Beryl in Daniel. It's Tarshish, and it's a precious stone or semi-precious gem, perhaps a chrysolite, jasper, yellow jasper or other yellow-colored stone, a gem, perhaps topaz, beryl.
And here goes like the Google definition. Only green beryl with a deep green color is called emerald light green. Beryl is simply green beryl. So it's just showing you that the Lord was dark skinned. Basically, like paraphrase.
Yeah.
Showing that he was a dark skinned.
I always thought he was. I mean, he's from the Middle East. Like, he's not going to be funny.
Your landmass doesn't determine the color of the skin.
I know, but back then people didn't have as much mobility. They didn't have airplanes.
Yeah, but you're saying that because in your head you think that because it's hot over there, that's why they were dark skinned.
No, I'm just saying that different tribes of Israel,
right.
And what did they look like?
They were dark skinned people.
Yeah.
Everybody else was also dark skinned people.
Exactly.
Ishmael was dark.
Well, which nation was it?
The Edomites. So there's a Caucasian, or so-called white.
Oh, really? I
Is he
didn't know
not
that.
is he not the only person walking around that black color in Genesis 25?
I didn't know.
The Eastern
Mark McCain.
Like the Turkish.
Dark down.
What color the Hawaiians and the Samoans and the Tongas?
Lighter.
But they what? Brown, right? Everybody's dark except us.
I got it. Genesis 25 and verse, I'll start at 23. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb.
Right, because the Lord put 2 nations inside the Rebecca's womb. Right?
In whose womb?
Rebecca.
No, I'll have to start up.
Is that Abraham's wife?
Yeah. This is Isaac's wife.
Isaac's wife.
So I'll start up. So this is Genesis 25 and 21. And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife because she was barren, and the Lord was entreated of him. Rebecca his wife conceived, and the children struggled together within her, and she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord.
Right, so because the 2 children was basically fighting inside her womb. So if this was a blessing unto her, she's asking, why is this happening? Right?
And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb.
2 nations, 2 manner of people. Right?
And 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels.
Showing you that we wasn't supposed to call Uncle Rory with the so-called white people. Okay, right?
And the one people shall be stronger than the other people. And the elder shall serve the younger. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb.
Not identical twins, but fraternal twins. Right?
And when her days, yes, like it, verse 25, and the first came out red all over like an hairy garment, and they called his name Esau.
Got him.
Genesis 25, verse 25, and the first came out red all over like an hairy garment, and they called his name Esau.
Right, they called him Esau because in Hebrew it's Al-Shashra, which means wasted wings, because he came out with no pigmentation. Okay?
And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob, and Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them.
Now you notice they didn't mention how Jacob looked. Why is that? Because he looked like everybody else out to the game all the time. Right. And if you notice in the scriptures, Esau, throughout this whole Bible, that's the only birth that gave the description of how a child looked when he came out of the womb. That's significant. Right, from everybody. Right?
You guys have Facebook or something? What? YouTube. What do I search?
GMSORLANDO.
That's the Lord put us out here to break down strongholds. Because the brother that came up before, he had a colorism thing going on, man. But he just got about the dark skin, not knowing that all nations had pigment at one point in time. Save Esau, you know. But at one point in time, Esau had pigment, you know. But that's a part of breaking down the stronghold. You know, so Lord willing, them brothers are here and receive it, man. You know, the seed, Lord willing, the seed falls on good ground, man. But that's the spirit, because it wanted the spirit wanted to come out about Esau, man. Because we talked about Esau's perpetual hatred, but we didn't talk about Esau's genesis or his beginning, man. And it said that the other people shall be stronger, man. When you go down, it talks about how Esau was a cunning hunter. And Esau's a cunning hunter even to this day, man. With the gun and his philosophies, man. With the way that he attacks his prey, man. Because cunning means crafty, man.
What they do, they got deer callers.
Exactly.
Elk callers.
They pour deer piss on them, they put camouflage on, and they sit in the bushes for hours, drinking natty ices and shit, and waiting for their prey, man.
Right, look how they systematically killing jakes in the streets. They get away with it, and they still hunting us. That's why it says in Genesis 27 that he shall slay his brother Jacob, man.
Yeah.
We got next.
They say the slander of the brethren, man. Simeon, right? Yeah, you're a child of God, man. Yeah. You're a child of God.
The native people of the Dominican Republic, that's what they were calling.
You don't have to tell me, I know you are the people.
You are too. You too. You too. Come on, man. Put on that royalty, baby.
How you know? How you know? Explain to us how you know.
Put on that royalty, baby.
The Bible says you will be in bondage.
Hey, let's get it. Let's get it. Hey, let's give him a hand, man. Let's give him a hand, man.
You are not going to know who you are. Your identity will all be erased.
Yeah.
All praises. All praises. All praises.
YAHAWASHI, man.
I don't know all about that, but
We coming back home.
We are.
Let me ask
My
you a question.
mother is Colombian Indian and my father is Dominican black.
Man, come on, man. You Jake,
Let me
man.
ask you a question. What you just
Jake,
said,
baby.
Had a long
you
clap
said that we would be in bondage and we would forget our heritage, right?
You will not know who you are.
I'm gonna show you how I know you right. What language were the native Dominican people speaking before the conquistadors came? And what would they call them?
Get it, man. Let's get it, man. Let's get it, man. Let's get it. Let's get it, man.
But what language were they speaking for the most part?
Or Spaniard or Taino.
No, but what language? Taino was just a greeting.
Yeah.
That was just a greeting. When they saw the conquistadors, they told them Taino.
Let's get it, man.
Before the
get it.
Spanish conquistadors came, what language were they speaking?
Well, I guess whatever Taino is.
Hebrew. They were speaking a Hebrew dialect. Right.
Hebreo. Hebreo.
Cristobal Colon, when he came over here with the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria, he brought 3 Hebrew interpreters over. You guys have a great fucking night.
I know what you're talking about.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, man. Hey, man. Yasha Allah's putting back on their beautiful garments, man. Royalty is coming back into power, man.
Yeah, bearing straight. Isn't that when they talk about the earth off the water froze up, and that's how the natives got over here? Yeah, we condemn that. That's not how they get over here, man. How they get over there? Oh, okay.
Let's get it, baby. Let's get it.
Shit.
We're putting back on our beautiful garments, man.
Where's that on the second Esdras?
I'm at 14.
Well, talking about hatching. Right. Well, this is how the native Americans got over here.
I got it. Matter of fact, I got it.
Do you know of a show called The Curse of Oak Island? You ever watch that? It's a reality show where these dudes are on an island off the coast of Nova Scotia, Canada. They're trying to find a treasure in the ground, but it's booby trapped, and they keep failing at their attempts. But like the family is trying with the water. Yeah, right. I know what you're talking about. When you watch that reality show, what does that guy say? He's looking for the treasures of King Solomon. He says that right in the show, right? King Solomon was the king of the nation of Israel. Right. What would he be doing burying treasure here in America, the continent of America? Right. my ancestors were coming here long before, during the time of King Solomon. That's how they knew how to get here. When our nation split into two nations, you have Benjamin, Judah, and Levi. They stayed in Jerusalem, and it was during the the Assyrian captivity, King Salmanassar. The 10 tribes of Israel, they said, yo, you know what? Basically, fuck this shit. We're gonna leave, and the same route they took to get here during the time is the same route they took here. But he's gonna get it in the scriptures. Before you read that, what he's about to read, check this out. That new movie, the movie 1492 by Christopher Columbus. I know that you guys seen it. There's a scene where Christopher Columbus says, I knew that there were people in this land because I read the book of Ezra, right? He's gonna read to you, and that's factual history. He's gonna read the exact passage that out of the Apocrypha that they were referring to in the movie. This is a part of the Bible. They took it out.
Yeah.
Right, the Apocrypha. Right, sorry.
This is 2nd Esdras chapter 13 and verse 40. Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoner out of their own land in the time of Hosea the king, whom Salmanassar the king of Assyria led away captive. And he carried them over the waters, and so came they into another land. But they took this counsel among themselves, that they would leave the multitude of the heathen and go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt.
Amen.
That verse 42, that they might there keep their statutes, which they never kept in their own land. And they enter into the Euphrates by the narrow passages of the river.
If we had a map, we could show you what this is explaining. But if you know where the Euphrates River sits, it sits kind of like, if you can visualize it, keep going. So they entered like this.
For the Most High, I'll read verse 43 again, and they entered into the Euphrates by the narrow passages of the river, for the Most High then showed signs for them, and held still the flood till they were passed over.
Now that flood is talking about during that time when they left, they should have died, because that was a time when it was like hurricanes, all that was going on, and the sign was what? Well, that's chariot, but that's something else. But go ahead.
Verse 45. For through that country there was a great way to go, namely of a year and a half, and the same region is called Asheroth. Then dwelt they there until the latter time, and now when they shall begin to come. The highest shall stay the springs of the stream again, that they may go through. Therefore sawest thou the multitude with peace. But those that be left behind of thy people.
That's going into the southern kingdom. But I thought it was supposed to run the circle around the corner.
Yahavah night, brothers. Yahavah night. Yahavah night. Yahavah night. Let's go. Alright, take care. You know what that means? Appreciate y'all doing what you love.
This is a part of it, man. Breaking down them strongholds, man. But they came up with that Barren Strait folly, man. Basically trying to call our people Moabites, man. Saying that they was Moabites and they walked across the ice, and now they descendants of Moab. Hell no, man.
This is John chapter 10 verse 15. As the Father knoweth me, even so I the Father, and I lay down my life for the sheep. And other sheep I have, which are not of this fold, them also I must bring, and they shall hear my voice, and there shall be one fold and one shepherd.
And the Lord came over here through what they call Quetzalcoatl, man. Which is they describe him as a fiery serpent, man. But then there's some accounts that describe the marks in his hands, man. That he came here and told him that the dominion was coming, man. The kingdom was coming, man. So the Lord has sheep that are not of this fold when he was in Rome, in Judea at that time, man. And he was talking about the northern kingdom because they had already left. And they had came over here to keep the laws, and you can still see a remnant of the righteousness that YAHAWASHI gave us. But just like we went off, they went off too, man. But that shows you that we're all oppressed together, man. That's how we're identifying the tribes in these days, because it said Judah and Israel will be oppressed together, man. And you see the divide of the northern and the southern kingdom, man. But the Lord said he's about to heal that, man. Judah shall not vex Ephraim, and Ephraim shall not envy Judah, man. We're coming into that time now, man.
To back you up what you're saying about keeping a statue, that's why Gad wears the fringes.
Woo! Perfect, good, beautiful point, brother. Because right now it's Cinco de Mayo, right? And you got people walking around. That's beautiful, brother. That's beautiful. Because you got people walking around with ponchos with fringes at the end, not knowing that that goes back to Issachar's natural heritage, man.
You got the cherries on their head.
Right, yeah. That's why if you watch any like Nat Geo, but really Discovery Channel, they like to run these specials about ancient aliens and anything like that.
Right now,
every time they start talking about aliens or whatever the case may be, you notice that they always start to reference stories that Gad and Reuben had. You know what I'm saying? Right. They always talk about the ancient Hopi Indians and how they had stories of UFOs, because that's when YAHAWASHI came over here, man. He came in his glory, man. That's really why when the Esau came over here, Gad welcomed them with open arms. You know what I'm saying? They thought that was the return, man. You know what I'm saying? They seen that and they were like, okay, this is it.
But the Lord said that y'all have prepared y'all table for that truth, man. Because they were over here doing all that folly, and they thought that the Lord was about to just come and save them out of all of that folly. Nah, y'all was over here sacrificing people just like Jake on the west coast of Africa was in the voodoo and all kind of folly, man.
They showed you that in that movie, Apocalypse.
That's saying the Mexican Aztecs.
Yeah, man. The same thing Jake was doing on the west coast of Africa that got his ass roped off. It's the same thing that Israel was doing over here, man. That's why the Lord ain't letting nothing slide, man. Especially with the nation of Israel, man. The Lord said He was gonna nourish us with discipline, man. That's why the Northern Kingdom had the fringes, man. That's why slaves were saying, "Swing low, sweet chariot," man. What were they talking about, man? She'll be coming around the mountain, man. We all had a knowledge, we all had a knowledge of the chariots, man.
The hieroglyphs got chariots on them.
What I love about that song, though, "Swing Low, Sweet Chariot," is the part where it says, "As I looked over the river Jordan, coming for to take me home." That's heavy, because where the fuck is the river Jordan? It's right there in the land of Yasharala, man.
Home.
That's so heavy.
You had a precept out? It's gone.
I'll just give precept. This Genesis chapter 49 and 19. Gad, a troop shall overcome him, but he shall overcome at last.
Yeah. So what happened to Gad, all of the oppression and everything that happened to Gad, could somebody get on Judah and Israel shall be oppressed together? I think Jeremiah 52 or some shit. 52 and 16, I think.
I had Ezekiel 37 on 10 on deck, 15 on deck. You can just bring that up.
Let me jump. Let me get this. Yeah, here it is. So this is Jeremiah 50 and 33. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go. Their Redeemer is strong. The Lord of hosts is his name. He shall truly plead their cause, that he may give rest to the land and disquiet the inhabitants of Babylon. So though we've been oppressed, the Lord is our Redeemer, man. Though we're sent out here sheep for the slaughter, they don't even know who got our back, man. The Lord got our back, man. The all-powerful, the almighty, man. And he's gonna thoroughly plead our cause, man. Meaning he's gonna take his time judging these nations, man.
It's Jeremiah chapter 3, verse 18. In those days, the house of Judah shall walk with the house of Israel, and they shall come together out of the land of the north to the land that I have given for inheritance unto your fathers.
Northern and Southern Kingdom coming together.
The Lord is bringing us back. The Lord is healing the thing that is broken. Bringing it back together.
This is Ezekiel chapter 37, starting at verse 16. Moreover, thou son of man, take thee one stick and write upon it for Judah and for the children of Israel his companions. And take another stick and write upon it for Joseph, the stick of Ephraim, and for all the house of Yasharala his companions. And join them one to another into one stick, and they shall become one in thine hand. And when the children of thy people shall speak unto thee, saying, wilt thou not show us what thou meanest by these?
Right.
Say unto them, thus saith the Lord, YAHAWAH Hashem YAHAWASHI, behold, I will take thee the stick of Joseph, which is in the hand of Ephraim, and the tribes of Israel, his fellows, and will put them with him, even with the stick of Judah, and make them one stick, and they shall be one in mine hand. And the verse 20, and the sticks whereon thou writest shall be in thine hand before their eyes. And say unto them, thus saith the Lord power, behold, I will take the children of Israel from among the heathen, whither they be gone, and will gather them on every side and bring them into their own land, and I will make them one nation in the land upon the mountains of Yashar'Allah, and one king shall be king to them all, and they shall be no more two nations, neither shall they be divided into two kingdoms anymore at all.
Yeah, so we're not gonna be separated no more, man. We've been oppressed together. We've been oppressed together, man, and it's coming a time where we're gonna be brought together, man.
Do we all come from one race? One color?
We're not all one race.
One color. We didn't come from one color. Black people.
What do you mean?
Everyone.
Everybody had pigment at one point in time, but that don't mean everybody was of the same nation.
Okay, so when did the separation come to pass? When did we get separated?
Oh, he said he got it. It's no such thing. I told him.
Okay, let's not say black people. We're not even going to count us. From the beginning. When the earth was, okay.
Hold on, let us finish our point.
So from the beginning, what nationality, what people, where did everyone derive from? This is what I'm asking.